So, all right, 54. How do you
9.
break that up? 9 times what?
6.
9 times 6. There you go. All right, what about p to the 8th? P to the 4, and it gets to come out as p to the 4, right? 9 gets to come out as 3 times square root of 6. There you go. All right, what about 16?
4.
It gets to come out as 4. And t to the 11th?
T5.
T10
Yeah.
times T.
And then it gets to come out as t to the 5. Very good. Very good. All right, what about 11? 72.
9.
9 times 8? Nope, there's another one that goes into 8.
Is it 12?
Not a perfect square. 3 is not a perfect square.
16.
You have calculators. I'm not going to give you the answer. Do not wait on
36.
me. 36, Luke. Very good. 36 times what?
2.
2. J to the 2nd gets to come out as
6.
what?
Oh, no, it's J.
Gets to come out as J. And what about K to the 15?
7.
K to the 14 and K. Very good.
It'll come out as 7.
All right, so 36 gets to come out as
6.
6 in alphabetical order. So then J and the K is to the 7th. And you have 2K left inside. Very good. Y'all okay?
C. 200 is a perfect square.
No, it is not.
No, 100 is.
100 is a perfect square. Very good. So we have 100 times 2. What about W to the 10? W to the 5. There you go.
X to the 2nd.
Uh-huh.
X and
Yep.
then Y to the 2nd.
Yep. Somebody let that land, please. All right, let's see. 100 gets to come out as what?
10.
10. Let's do alphabetical order. So it'll be W to the 5th. Then your X to the 2nd comes out as X. Then your Y to the 2nd. Square root of 2X. Y'all okay? All right, here we go. Let us go over a couple of things for your quiz. Make sure we're all on the same page. Speaking of pages, page 3 should be turned in for homework momentarily. All right, what if I were to give you this guy? What are the dimensions of that? 2 rows and 3 columns. Very good. Y'all okay with that?
C.
All right. What if I were to give you that?
It would be
Impossible. Very good. What if I were to say that?
It'd be row, and then
You got to check what?
2 by 3.
2 by 3. You got to check the dimensions.
the inside's number have to match.
And so what is this one? What is this
1
one?
by 1. No, it's 2 by 1.
2 by 1. Why is it impossible?
Because the inside's number 3 and 2 don't match.
There you go. What if I gave you if I gave you that one?
It'll be 2 by 3. Those match up.
They do match up.
And then your dimensions of your answer is going to be 2 by 1.
Perfect. Because you got 2 rows and 1 big column, right? Okay, so this guy right here is in the first row, so you're going to use 1, 3, and 5. And it's in the first column. So 1 times 1 is 1. Plus 6 is 7. Plus 15 is...
22.
Alright, this guy's in the second row, first
2
column.
Plus 8 plus
Okay, hold on. 2 plus 8 is 10.
18.
Plus 18 is 28. Y'all okay? What else? Let's just for giggles. Oh no, girl. We are actually going to learn something very similar to that in a minute. We don't actually divide it, but it's a different operation for dividing. All right, what about that guy? Can I add those?
Yes.
Why?
Because it's the same.
Because they're exactly the same dimensions, right? And so if I added them, what would I get?
6, 10, 8, 12.
Perfect. Y'all okay? Okay. Pretty easy quiz. It's not hard. You cannot use a graphing calculator, but you can use a calculator. If you do not have a regular one, you may use your cell phone. But the only thing that better be on that when I walk around is your calculator. Nothing else. No YouTube, no Snapchat, no nothing. calculator and calculator only.
So we can't use like our normal.
You can use a normal calculator, yes. Alright, I'm going to pause this video because when we get finished, we are going to be on page 6. So here's what I need you to do before we get started. If you have not already, I need you to turn in page 3, which was your homework from the other night. The workbook page was not due, because remember that was like a study session for you for your quiz today. We are only turning in page 3. Today is the 12th, yes. Right here. Yeah, I gotta move my stuff out of your way though. And when we get finished, when everybody finishes their quiz, we're gonna be on page 6, which looks like that swim meet, okay? So when you finish your quiz, go ahead and get all that back out. Yes, you're going to need a graphing calculator when we get finished. So for this swim meet problem, we're going to need a graphing calculator. So when you turn your quiz in, what 2 things should you get? Graphing calculator and page 6. Y'all okay? All right, here we go. So what we are going to do, ladies, is we are going to make a matrix out of these results, and then we're going to make a matrix out of the point values. And so that way you don't have to say 4 times 7, and then 7 times 4, and then 3 times 2, and add them all together. Does that make sense? We're going to do it in a matrix instead. So this is basically your matrix right here. So these are the results of each high school. And so what would be our first row?
4, 8,
Row.
7,
Yeah?
3,
Perfect. What would be our next row?
8, 9, 1,
Yep.
10, 5, 3,
Yep.
3, 3, 6.
Okay, those are the results from each one, right? And then we are going to do a points value, because if you read through the paragraph, it told you that for first place, they awarded you with how many points? 7. And for second place, 4. And for third place, 2. So instead of having to add all this stuff up, I know it's not a lot, and you really could add it up, bless you, in your head, but think about how many meets that they go to. Think about basketball games and football games and everything else. How many different teams they play? That would take forever to do that. So there is a way to do it on your calculator, and we're going to go and type them in. Go over to edit. Y'all know how to do this by now. What's the size of the first one?
Hang on, my calculator.
4 by 3. There you go. We're going to type them all in. Y'all know how to do this. Y'all are pros now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, then we're going to go back to matrix, over to edit, but this time we're going to edit the second one. And what's the size of this guy? 3 by 1. There you go. Huh? Can we add it?
This one's already got teed up for me.
Uh-huh. Because remember, multiplying, you would do the 4 times the 7 plus the 7 times the 4 plus the 3 times the 2.
Get another job for you. So, I know. I know what you're about to say. You don't worry about it.
Pretend like it's nothing. See, look. It's just stored in the cloud on top of it. It is, but it makes the analogy real nice. Alright, so did y'all get this? So, 62, 94, 96, and 45, what in the world are those numbers?
Points for each.
So, Central High School got how many points? And Lincoln High School got how many points?
45.
Lincoln got 45, okay? So, the question asks you which school won the mate. How? There you go. So, we're going to say Hayes High won the meet. Okay, I just made it that way.
Central Community College.
Yes. Hayes College won the meet. Hayes Middle School, Hayes Elementary School, Hayes Correctional School, whatever you want to put, okay?
I'm pretty sure correctional schools don't have
Actually, some of them do.
correctional schools have swim meets.
Some of them, if they, were good boys and girls that day. All right, Hayes High School won the meet because
They had the most points.
there you go.
Because other kids don't know how to swim.
No,
They know how to swim. They can swim as well. Or as good.
they can swim as fast. Maybe they were having a bad day.
They're like little
Yeah, maybe their best swimmer accidentally 12 to 1.
Yeah. All right. So what we're going to do next is we are going to go to the next page and we are going to start the next set of notes. And tomorrow we are going to finish them on a video. I will be with you in spirit. Okay?
Wait, do you need this?
Yes.
7 or 9?
7. Determinants. So determinants are like an operation for matrices. So notice that we haven't done division, right? It's a different way to, it's a different operation just specifically for matrices. Do I come to your desk and mess with all of your belongings on your desk? Stop. You are all over my stuff right now. What
Technically,
are you
he's
doing?
not. It's the shit that's touching.
Can you stop, please? Okay, here we go. How do we read a book?
Left to
right.
Okay, so you have to compare the rows and the columns together. So you're going to multiply the top left and the top bottom, or excuse me,
The top bottom.
the bottom right, and that'll be 6 times 7, which is 42. Then you are going to subtract multiplying the other two, comparing the columns and the rows, and it'd be -2 times 5, -10. But those two negatives would now make a positive, and so your determinant would be 52. Very good. And that is very easy. I told you.
Why is this 40?
Sir,
Don't ask
Like-
that.
What is the determinant? Like a from
what operation did we not do? So this is another operation just for matrices. Did I not say that in the beginning?
She did. She said, we're going to do another operation, but it's not division.
No, but okay, so division, you divide.
Did you take my word that you don't know enough math yet for me to describe things for you?
Yes.
Does it matter which
But
way?
one day, yes, it does matter. Because we're
So just
subtracting.
cross multiply. Oh, that's true.
Because this would have been 10 minus 42,
Yeah.
which would not have been 52.
Yeah.
Just take my word that you don't know enough math yet for me to describe it to you without me completely blowing your mind. Okay? But later in life, when you learn more math, come back to me and I will explain it to you.
Hey, you're not going to teach us math? When will we know this much math?
Probably calculus. I can't remember if they still have it in pre-cal or not.
Wait, you're teaching us something that we don't even need now?
Oh, yes, dear, you do need this. Baby steps. Baby steps. Patience, grasshopper. All right, here we go. -6 times -1. We are always going to subtract. That is 6.
12.
Very good.
And you get your determinant is -6.
Perfect. You okay?
You're missing valuable information.
He doesn't really seem to care. right now?
I would have been on 3 minutes. So clients call.
Lou,
See?
a house of your grades are calling right now.
I got one thing.
You have nothing in here right now. Nobody has anything in here. No grades have been entered.
Did one of us have one tell me last period that we all start out with nothing?
You start out with nothing. Like it's not a 0, it's not a 100, it's nothing.
Because
Shit.
technically, I feel like we should start
She told me I started on
Not
top of the
allowed.
mountain. She said I started on top of the mountain.
Well, then
And
we're
right
going to
now
go when
I'm
you
just-
started on top of the mountain then.
You're
But you
going
steadily sliding down that mountain by you not sitting in your seat and get this stuff done. Sit your rump down. Sit your rump down. All right, 8.6 times 5. How much is that? 43? Yep. Minus 7. Perfect.
36.
What? You didn't even say. Oh gosh, it is not a competition. Stop it.
Everything.
All right, so grab your calculator and let me show you how to type this in.
I forgot we.
Well, then watch the video tomorrow and I'll show you how to type it in. I did not realize the time it was.
Mom, that was the bell.
I heard that.
Bell, you are
I'm
bell.
start calling you Mr. Esther.